I'm being physically fit. My name is Dr. Richard Montgomery. So I got a PhD. I got the highest level of education you can get. I got a 6-figure salary. I am a high value dude. And I was thinking, okay, maybe dating after 50 won't be bad, but it was interesting that dating at, my 20-year-old self dates differently than my 50-year-old self. Because my 20-year-old self only cared about how fine you was and what type of acrobatics you might be able to do.
There you go.
My 50-year-old self want to know what you got on your W-2.
All right, you guys, welcome to the show. I'm your man, KTJ. Welcome to Secrets of the Mind of a Man, where we talk about how men think when it comes to dating, relationships, and love. And I got a good one for you guys. We always kind of rag on the women and women this, women that. But you know what? We hardly ever find out how men end up after 50, after they get older, when they decide, or it's been decided for them, to get divorced. Okay, so how do high value single men really think about being single after 50? That's what we're talking about today. So buckle in, let's get into this. And I want you guys to hit that subscribe button, then hit the bell so you don't miss anything. Hit that like button. I need y'all support out here in these streets. All right, let's get into it. Let's go. High value men. Here we go.
No, for real. So dating after 50 for me, I'm gonna eventually settle down. I found a nice girl that I've been dating, but settling down. Oh, damn. Wow. Bae's name is Pam. Bae's name is Pam. As long as Bae keep acting right, Bae be long. Hey man, I ain't know. See, that's the other part. Dating after 50, you ain't got no time to be out here being a player. I got professional business to get to. I don't have time to be out here, juggling multiple girls. So priority, if you want to date a dude after 50, he's probably gonna be more faithful than the 30-year-old version. But the other part for me was,
all right, hold on. Let me just stop it right there. So this is one of my aims in doing this channel is to kind of let you know, give you a peek in on how men think when it comes to this dating and relationship world. This information is something that you probably didn't know and haven't heard out there, right? There's not much talk about how mature men deal with dating and the women in their lives and even what they look for, right? You see how he talked about when he was younger, it was just all about the woman and what she could do and how she could do it and how fine she was. Her exterior, her outer self was high priority. But when a man gets into his 40s and his 50s and up, he's thinking about the person on the inside. Now, somebody's going to say, oh, these men are so superficial. Well, you know what? Women who date men for money and for their financial status, they are also superficial. Okay. So everybody got some superficialness to them. Right. But I want you to really tune into what this guy is saying. And I want you guys to watch this video to the end. Don't just sprinkle through this. I want y'all to really listen to what is being said and what's not being said. All right. Let's get back to it.
Because, if I'm gonna date somebody, she's got to be a financial match to me. I'm first generation college student. Part of my obligation for me is to do better than my parents did. I think I've done so far, but I want to build with somebody. And building doesn't mean I'm gonna be taking care of you. And I get in trouble all the time. I don't want no chick I gotta take care of. You need a little help. I don't slight you for needing help, because I think there's a lot of people in that situation, but that ain't my life. And there's a lot of girls that don't want my help, live independently, and make good money too. And they tend to have the kind of attraction that I'm looking for after 50. Okay. And fine ain't always the prerequisite.
Yeah, that's for sure. Sir, tell me what's up.
For me?
Yeah,
I don't know. Can't be a breeder.
Okay. Can't be a breeder?
Okay. Break that down for those that don't know what you're talking about.
Breeder means that I'm
Oh, hold on. So before we keep going, I don't want to miss that point that this gentleman just made about the women who come into his life. You start off thinking about them fine chicks, start thinking about like how she is and what she'll do. And then he says he's looking for a woman that he doesn't have to take care of. Now, there's a lot of women out here who are available, especially women in this age bracket in the 50s. There's a lot of women. Many of them have been married already and divorced, maybe once or maybe twice, right? And some of them are still in a financial bind and they need some help, right? So men of this age, now I use the old term was high value man, brother Kevin Samuels used to use, but I'm using the term serious men. I'm changing the term to serious men, right? A serious man is a man who's got his education, who's got his trade, who's got his business, who's got his affairs in order. He's going in a certain direction. That's a serious man. A man that you would consider to be a husband is a serious man. A man who's he could even be building his career or building his practice or doing his thing, and he's serious about his life. He's not out smoking and drinking and hanging out and just waiting for life to happen to him. He's going after his life. That's a serious man. And so when you look at serious men, they're not looking to be a babysitter, right? Especially men over 50, over 40. You're not looking for a 25-year-old that they got to teach everything to, and they got to, everything. Like, yeah, she's cute, but cute is not enough. Let's keep going.
50. I'm over 50. I don't want a female physically or mentally to still have a child.
Oh, I still want kids.
That's you.
Okay.
That's you, but that's not me.
I mean,
my daughter be 24 tomorrow and my son be 20. I'm not trying to start over.
right, got you.
Now, if I was still, that would be a different thing. But right now, no, I'm good. I'm good.
What you gonna be doing when you 70?
When I'm cutting grass, raking leaves, I don't know. Welcome to Walmart.
Well, let me just say that, me thinking about having more kids.
Wait a minute. What you gonna be doing when you 70? You want?
I'll be going to high school football games looking at my boy. Or no. Look, Richard, we won't be Richard the Fourth, but little Richie's brother.
You gonna be out there on the field playing with him, running up and down?
You see what kind of shape I'm in?
That's not 10 years from now.
Ooh, he is milking this.
Right.
All right. So look, here's another point, y'all. Here's another point. There are some men who actually still want kids at an older age. And you can tell from this video, it depends on his physical abilities, right? Now, this brother that's speaking with the chain on, he's got a PhD. He keeps himself pretty fit. He showed that a little earlier. He flexed his muscles and all that. And he talked about being fit and being somebody who can get out there and he'd like to have more kids. Now, the other gentleman, he's like, I'm not being with no more kids. I'm done with that. My 26-year-olds, they graduate college and I'm done. Right. And he's ready to move on to his other phase. So there may be some women who wonder if an older man will still have kids with him. Here's an example. Some will, some won't. All right. Let's keep going on this.
He gonna be in diapers. The baby gonna be in diapers.
Whatever. You know what I'm saying? Whatever, bro.
But you know what? I say that because when I've also looked at people who retired and just sort of kind of lived that 50 to 70 life, their life be boring as hell. They do all this traveling here and there, and then they get tired of that. Then they start doing the same routine all over again. Kids make you young.
Kids where you at.
Look, that's a good point too. That's a good point right there. That you have to kind of have a mental plan for how your life is going to be in your older ages, right? I'm sure there's somebody who wonders, like, what do people do after they get 50 and 60 and 70 years old? Like, how do you keep it going? They talk about retirement and all of that. And I know many of you guys are not even near retirement, but this is a fun conversation to kind of like think about the future for you. right? Yes, it's nice to be able to go out on trips and like go around the world and go here and go there. But like he said, that's going to get tired after a while. You'll get tired of going on cruises and ships and, you know, harbors and here and there. And okay, then what? Right. So he's saying, look, I'll have some more kids and I'll be young with them and growing up with them. So it's a different perspective. Let's keep going.
It's a matter of like now being 50, like me being out on the dating scene now. It's just like really weird because back then it was like, she beautiful, she cute, she got the shape. I want this. I want to build a family. Now it's like I need somebody. I need a partner.
Mm-hmm. Okay. We
coming in this not 60-30. We coming in there together. We are a partnership. So I want this to last. I want this to make this. I'm not just dating to be out here. We got this partnership. So if we both come in here and saying we got this partnership, we want our partnership. We want this business to grow.
Okay.
So if I come in at 50, you come in at 30, you only 30% invested. So if it don't work out for you, you just only lost 30.
Okay.
I got 50 invested, so I'm losing.
Yeah.
And we all as Collins, you always say you a numbers man. 50-50. That's a loss. That's a failure on any test we ever took.
Okay.
Being 50-50.
Okay.
If we ain't 95, I don't want it.
Okay.
Good luck.
So who did 95? You or her?
Us.
All right.
But
so Eric and I are both married. You know what I'm saying? So
all right. So look. So what that gentleman just talked about was being like deciding on, let's say, the age, right? He said, if I bring in a 30-year-old, if it don't work out, she could just move on and go get with somebody else, and it's no big deal. But if I'm 50 and in that same situation, I can't. It's not so easy. You know, it's not worth it to him if she's not all in. So now this next brother here, he's been married. He's married now, and I thought his what he had to say was powerful as well. So I want you guys to tune into this one.
So for us, conversation a little bit different. Yeah, that's right.
I got my ring on.
Exactly. So
draw
hopefully,
attention to it.
man, well, listen, that's okay. That's okay. Listen, I'm going on 30 years, brother. So for me,
I applaud you, bro.
you know,
Yeah.
for me,
Hold up. Whew, that's a testament.
When you get
I
parole.
applaud you. And I applaud you 30 years, bro. That's a great thing.
I'm
trying to get 30 months in.
Yeah. But so here's the thing, y'all. Everything is in kind of, we talk about this stages and phases, right? That's just life. That's just life. And so what happens, you all, oftentimes, you know, and so I'm gonna speak from a married lens, right? So for me, I'm not looking for anyone. But I think with my wife and I, we got together, man, I'm 54. So we were about 21, 22 when we got together, right? It is. It's a deep commitment. And so I'm sure she felt just like I felt. And why my ring starts sliding off when I start having this conversation? That's because I'm losing weight too, right?
Right.
But
Yeah.
Okay.
But so I'm sure, you know, she's had to say, you know what, as sometimes she wasn't happy. I've had to say it sometimes I wasn't happy. But you got to remember, marriage isn't about being happy.
Ooh.
Marriage is about two people coming together, making a commitment, a lifelong commitment, adhering to their vows, understanding that, listen, we're going to have some good days, we're going to have some bad days. But at the end of the day, I've made a commitment and I know that I can't and I don't want to live my life without her. You know what I'm saying?
Wow,
I just don't want to. Wow. And I think.
All right, look, I don't want to slide past that point. My man said they made a marriage commitment, and in his mind, he got with somebody who he doesn't want to live without. That was part of the criteria that made him decide on this woman. He said, this woman is somebody I don't want to live without. Too many people don't have a real reason. I was watching a show the other day, and it was asking this couple why they got together, and they couldn't come up with a good reason. Why were they together? And they went around, well, we love each other's family, and no. She said, hey, oh, and I find her so attractive. I saw her standing over there and she was walking her dog and I just wanted to meet her and I got with her and we just talked and became friends. We became friends. And then after we became friends, we eventually became lovers. And then here we are. And the interviewer kept asking, so why are you guys together? And that's what they kept saying. Well, we like the same foods, right? It's got to be more. It's got to be more. When people ask me, how do I know if this person is the right person for me? Here's what my answer is. Do your futures match? Are they going in the same direction as you in the things that are important to you? 5 years from now, are you guys going to be on the same track that you're on right now? Yes or no? And were they going there anyway? Were they going in that direction anyway? So they're going to go whether you're going or not, right? That is a person who could be a great match for you. All right, let's keep going.
I think she has said the same thing. I can't see my life without him. And so when you get to that point, you know, because see, even if you were dating, if I was dating, I'm looking for someone who I can actually say, I want to spend the rest of my life with. I can't see my life being well without you. You know what I'm saying?
What does that look like? Like, what is the criteria for that?
That's deep though.
Means I don't give a period.
Hold on, that is deep, right? So, and I love this advice. This is some good advice for somebody who's out there dating. Look for somebody who you get that feeling that this is I'm looking for somebody who I can't live without. The person that I'm looking for, I'm dating for the purpose of finding somebody that I can't live without. Powerful.
You looking at I don't want to spend the rest of my life without you.
Bruh, I do not want to spend the rest of my life without my wife. I just don't.
Oh my, they go to ratings.
No, bruh. No. I'm serious
though. I mean,
bruh, I don't.
All right,
like I could be moving now. Next month I'll be as old as you. You're close enough. But I'll be as old as them, and I'm like, I don't want to be by myself. Like I could potentially be.
All right. So look. So this is here's the theme of the show. This is the topic of the show today, right? This is a gentleman. I'm gonna back it up just a little bit. I want y'all to hear what this man is saying, because this is so important, and you very rarely hear older single men having this conversation. So I'm gonna back it up just a little bit. Here we go.
But I'll be as old as them, and I'm like, I don't want to be by myself. Like I could potentially be. I don't want to be the old dude with the 4 cats. Welcome to Walmart.
Yeah, but you gotta stop hoeing at some point, though, sir. Let's be honest. Your problem is you want Becky, Katrina, Pam.
I don't.
And sometimes all of them at the same time.
Do they?
Hey, look, let me stop it. Right? Some of y'all think that some of these older men don't have chicks. Here's something I want you to hold on to this right here. There are very few single men who don't have any women in their lives. And I don't care how old they are. Very few men that don't have any women in their lives. Very few single men who don't have any women hanging around, buzzing around. I call them helicopter women, right? They're just buzzing around, waiting for you to wave them in like the air traffic controller, right? And even a man of this guy's age, this guy, he's easily like at the other end of 50, probably early 60s, this guy is. And he's still got women. Y'all hear what he said? The married gentleman said, well, you got to stop hoeing first. And he was like, you want all these other women? And my man was like, no, they want me. And guess what? I believe him. Let's keep going.
In our next episode, polyamory is after 50.
And we gonna have to cut those.
No, just keep it on the table.
But hell no. If you do get to the point though, I'd be like, I mean, like you got your wife and y'all's situation, and this dude, him and this buddy, always every time we go somewhere, they take care of her. And then him, him right here, he always leaving out. He don't come in, right?
Okay.
I don't know what that
Shit,
means.
I gotta go home.
But,
Go home too.
But I think Cyril is bringing up a very man.
He said, so what do I have to go home to? And that is the question that many single men over 50, the conversation that they have amongst ourselves. So you guys are getting a bird's eye view into the conversation of single men and married men and so men in general and how they're dealing with the dating scene, dating and relationships.
Point, I think that both Pastor and you are saying something that we've all thought of. None of us want to be that dude that somebody find in their apartment. We also know that when you have
find him how?
dead.
Hey, he dead.
Nigga died by himself.
Yeah. Listen, y'all. I want y'all to see this. These men are laughing, but this is a reality. This is a reality, right? It's a funny thought, but we all know it's a reality that nobody wants to be found dead in the house. You've been in the house for 2 weeks and nobody knew that you were there because you just lived alone and just you in the four walls. And unfortunately, I know men who have died that way. I know one brother that was an eternal bachelor. He was a bachelor his whole life, and he had something happened with his heart, right? And he collapsed outside his house. He was out there for hours. Now I think he left maybe early in the morning, like 6 o'clock in the morning, and he collapsed outside and nobody found him until like 8:30 or like a couple hours later. He's laid outside on the ground dead and nobody found him. I know another brother who was even younger who the same thing. Like he had a chance to get married. Both of these guys would have survived if they had a woman, because the woman would have been like, hey, when he said, my chest is hurting, woman would be like, hey, go to the doctor right now. I'm taking you to the hospital right now. Oh, I don't want to go to the hospital. I'm good. And the woman say, no, you're not good. Because every woman knows if your man's complaining of chest pains, we already know what that means. That means you're having a heart attack and you need to get to emergency attention immediately. But us, oh no, we're fine. I'm good. But having a woman in your life makes that difference. So these guys are laughing, but this is a nervous laughter that all men in the back of our minds know this to be true, that we don't want to be found dead because we lived alone and didn't have a woman in our lives. Let's keep going.
But I think that we all as we get older start to sense our own mortality, and we also know that women gonna nag us into better health. They are going to add a certain level of happiness that prolongs our lives. And I think to Cyril's point and to the point I just made, nobody wants to be in that hospital bed knowing ain't nobody but they boys coming to visit. There's something about having a woman that's gonna stick by you, bring you Reese cups, and spend the night.
Well, Doc, I got a buddy. His name.
Yeah, y'all hear that? So nobody wants to be in that position of just being alone, being by yourself, and being stuck in that hospital bed by yourself. Nobody wants that life, and nobody wants to have that. So I want you guys to hit that subscribe button. I want to hear what y'all got to say. Drop your comments down below on this video. And if you got all the way here to the end, I want you guys to go ahead and check out my new book. My new book is called Secrets of the Mind of a Man, How Men Think When It Comes to Dating, Relationships, and Love. I want you guys to hit that subscribe button and hit the follow button so you don't miss anything in the future. Till next time.